Mehryn, we got a back to school special today.
I know, back to school. I'm back to school. Are you back to school?
I'm not back to school. I
Where
haven't been to school. You know, in the words of the famous Van Halen, my homework was never quite like this. Why don't we jump into selling Microsoft Teams room, Mehryn? It's Friday. It's the fastest 10 minutes of news of the week. Thank you, everybody who joins us every single week. Mehryn, we've got an episode of learning about Microsoft Teams rooms coming up in September. If you have not registered yet, remember you have to choose the curriculum that you want us to teach on, and you are choosing. We are evaluating all of those votes right now, and we will start in September. So you do have to go to Learning About Teams Rooms to register for this.
What's the topic for this one? I think it's what's the highest voted topic that you guys will be delivering on?
The highest voted topic to date, and if you don't agree with this, go choose again. But the highest voted topic is actually Intune access, Intune conditional access, and we're going to actually have Andrew Higgsy deliver a session on that from his masterclass that he does over in Australia. Make sure you sign up because this is one we want everybody to choose. And we've got our class clown Edgehog, Mehryn. He's doing more. He's collecting cookies this week, Mehryn.
He's very, very busy. I was just saying, Edge browser is all over the place, showing you how to use Bing Chat, letting you know all the efficiencies. I learned something new. You can have split screen in Edge. Learned that yesterday. So if you're not following Microsoft Edge on Twitter, it's pretty entertaining. I think it's great.
You know, and it's funny. I'm going to yell at Byron because he hasn't attended one of these in a while. Get to learning this summer, Byron. But if you haven't used Microsoft Edge, you know, before I got here, I was a big Chrome guy. I used Firefox. I used all these things. Edge was sort of in the background. If you haven't used it in a while, it really is a masterful browser at this point. It has a whole bunch of things and features that I just didn't find in other browsers as well. And speaking of that, Mehryn, what's new in education? We know Microsoft Teams rooms are big inside of education. And what's new in August? This one sort of caught my eye this week about a new toolbar user interface for the whiteboard. You know, Microsoft Teams rooms on Windows and on Android, they have the ability to actually participate in these whiteboard sessions, and seeing education actually expand on the whiteboard side, it's really sort of very, very informative and very, very usable inside of the classroom itself.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, whiteboard, especially me, I've been in the AV industry for a long time. Interactive boards and different styles of whiteboards have been around for quite some time, but it's awesome to see the innovation within this application. Just over the last year, lots of new tools and features there, and I think we just obviously updated the tools browser, but encourage you to check it out. Try it in a meeting in the next, let's say, week. There's a lot of new capabilities in there, especially in adding notes and sharing and annotating at the same time. So very, very cool. Make sure you check
and the
it out.
templates make it so easy on the whiteboard side. And what would Friday be without talking about Copilot, Mehryn? There are August updates in Copilot. We understand only a select few have this and the ability, but unbelievable updates. I want people to sort of keep up to date. This looks like an eye chart here. I get it. There's a lot of words on the screen to go through, but make sure when we provide these links after the show, you go and read this, because there's a lot of things that are actually moving forward, and they're moving quickly, Mehryn.
Yeah, so a lot are interested in Copilot. There's only a select few, I would say a few hundred tenants that are in the beta stage of it right now. Lots of really good feedback, but I love watching these little clips of showing you how it's, you know, in real time assisting you in your meetings or in your chat or navigating through Outlook. So this specific example is Copilot in Teams. I personally have not experienced this yet. I don't know if you have, Jimmy, but this is something I'm excited for.
I have it in Teams. It sort of comes and goes. People give me access, then they take it away. But I see our friend Michelle is on PTO. Thank you for coming on PTO, Michelle. Yeah. But Michelle, myself, and Gary Anselm, we will actually be doing a show showing you daily things that we actually work with in Copilot. If you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe. We're actually doing a lot with YouTube Shorts these days, and we're going to be posting a lot as that as well. And Mehryn, there's some people out there that sort of don't understand, well, what is Intelligent Recap versus Copilot, and where do these things go? And this was a blog that really sort of highlights and shows you what the difference is between the two and how they actually work and where you can expect to get useful information from both. So it was really, really great to see this.
Yeah, and that explains, like, Teams Premium is totally different from Microsoft Copilot, and it explains the differences there. Teams Premium is actually available today, something you can take advantage of. And on Copilot, there's Microsoft 365 Copilot, but there's also Sales Copilot, there's the Marketing Copilot. So you got to get yourself familiar with all the different co-pilots that are going to become available. So lots to learn here. It does a good job of outlining the differences, what features you get in which. So lots to take it. Yeah.
And I know it feels like it's co-pilot, but I say it all the time. You can't talk about Teams rooms without talking about Teams. Right. And this is where all of this is going to come into play. But Mehryn, not even co-pilot. This is a pilot that we have now, right?
Take the co out of it. When we talk about Teams rooms, pilots are a wonderful way to get people sort of in the game on Teams rooms. That first couple of rooms, that experience is of critical importance to basically standardization long-term. So we've developed a kit and teaching how to implement that if you are a partner and helping an end user get there, or if you're an end user and wanting to get the first couple of rooms tested in your organization. This is a toolkit that'll walk you through all the different steps, suggested onboarding, how to deploy them, how to train your organization. So lots of good tools there. It'll walk you through the ideation as well as the implementation of those units. So
many people took so much time to actually put all of this together. It's a tremendous amount of information. It is downloadable. Make sure you download it, because even if you are just a partner of Microsoft, you can look at this and you can brand a lot of this to be your own and put it out there for your customers. Help them understand why Teams rooms are so important to their business if they're teams. Roadmap update for this. I saw it in Message Center, Mehryn. It is about the license and how we are renaming the Pro and the Basic license just inside of the tenant itself. Still, Basic and Pro are the same licenses, but now we've got underscores to sort of do it. So if you see that these licenses have a different naming structure inside of the tenant, nothing to do. This is just going to be there, and everything else, we're just making sure that people understand that this is something that we're changing inside of the tenant. Majority of the show today is going to be live events, Mehryn. This one is important. I get it a lot. I am an ex-Microsoft MVP. It is an achievement that I am very, very proud of. I know that all MVPs are very, very proud of the achievement, but how do you get to become an MVP? Lori's going to be holding a session to actually go over this, because it's difficult to explain, well, you got to do this, because there is no set roadmap. Yep. Lori is tremendous inside of the Microsoft team MVP community, and she's going to actually hold a session where she goes over some of this.
I think this is the most common question that you and I get is, how do I become an MVP?
Yeah.
I will definitely be checking this out. Lots of good resources, and you can probably find out who the MVPs are around you and what they're doing. I think there's a few of you in the chat, actually.
There's a bunch of them in the chat. We love the MVPs. I love the community. I sort of reach out to them all the time for information when I'm stumped, when I need information about things. Really, really great. Lori does a great job. Also, Microsoft MVP Josh Blaylock will be holding a Technically Speaking event Wednesday, August 23rd. Make sure you sign up for this. Josh will be going over a whole bunch of things with Jabra and Jabra Panicast. Really great sessions. Josh is one of those MVPs that is out there very, very much in the world and has a whole bunch of experience on the back end of Teams as well.
All right. AVIS Vibe. This is one that I've attended in the past. I think I've done it the last 2 years, I want to say. But have you been to a Vibe before?
I have been to a Vibe. I believe it was in Tampa. I was at a Vibe down there. But it's a great session. Adam Curry from Microsoft will be there talking. If you are in the Kansas City area, if you're a customer and you want to go check out Teams Rooms, you can look at the Microsoft Signature Teams Rooms and Front Row inside of this event. Make sure you sign up. Our friends at AVISP do a great job. On Monday, Mehryn, I see that Graham is inside of the chat. Happy Friday to London, Graham. But on Monday, we'll be doing the MTD AMA. This is a session of community members that are really, really passionate about Teams devices. We get together once a month. We talk about things. We openly discuss things. This is not a recorded session, so make sure that you are signing up and you are there in person. Also, Mehryn, Copilot. If you want to sign up, you want to sort of understand a little bit more about Copilot. We've spoken about Copilot a lot. You can actually register for this event as well. We'll be getting customers ready for Microsoft 365 Copilot and explaining to partners the opportunities around Copilot and how to build your fundamental understanding of AI. This is an important session for everyone to take, even those that are selling Microsoft Teams rooms, because you've got to understand where all of this is going.
We'll make sure to promote this. If you haven't seen, we do publish the links after the show, but if you do anything after this 10 minutes that we share with you, please sign up for that webinar. I think it's going to be really informative.
Yeah, also save the date, Microsoft Ignite. There are pre-day labs and event dates. Registration is not open yet, but we do want to make sure that everybody understands Microsoft Ignite is in November this year. There will be an in-person element in Seattle. Make sure to actually get notified when registration does begin. Mehryn, right after this.
Yeah. Our
Eric Marcy, another Microsoft MVP. Eric Marcy will actually be joining Martin and Michael for Teams Friday right after this. About what's new in calling meetings and devices plan. So if you're interested in that area, Eric is like I said, a Microsoft MVP, and it's a wealth of information. His basement laboratory is infamous in the MVP community. He helps out with all the events, Comms Be Next and Commsverse. Great person to actually pick up and speak to.
And our very favorite Michael Tressler, who helped us produce today. Very much thank you. So make sure you just jump right over there to that Teams Fridays. Don't miss a beat.
Yes, and 100%. Mehryn, I am taking 2 weeks of vacation. I will be gone. It is my summer vacation. I'm taking off. Nobody will hear from me, not even you, not Michelle, nobody. I'm going to the beach, and I'm taking a sleeping bag, and I'm done. But I hope that everybody has a great end of their summer. I hope that everybody who's sending their kids back to school or can relax now since the kids are back in school. But I hope that everybody has a great weekend. I hope if you need any information, like I said, I'll be gone. Mehryn, you will still be here. Michael will be here. Michelle will be here. With that, Michael, why don't you go ahead and take us out of here? Have a great weekend, everybody. See you in a couple weeks.
See you soon.